Hello, everyone. It is time for our Promises Kept 2 video. These will be all the words that I captured from our board that are not already included in the other material that I've made. And there could be some overlap, but I'm erring on the side of caution. So maybe some words, in fact, I'm almost sure some words are captured twice, but I think that's not a problem. And for this document, I've created three columns. One is obviously in Russian. The other is transliteration. I decided to add transliteration because I feel like, just in case some people are still rusty on the alphabet, it would be helpful. And also notice, to read the transliteration, I have capitalized the syllable that gets the accent or the emphasis. So for example, for this, как дела, we see that L and A are capitalized. Now, why is that? It's because in the word dela, we're putting the accent on the second syllable, on the syllable that is made by L and A. So the singular for the word dela is dela. And notice here, it is D and the E that are capitalized because that's where the accent is. I couldn't immediately find a way to label accents on the Russian words. So I'll just do that in this way with capitalization and transliteration. Yeah, the accent plugin had many languages, but Russian wasn't one of them. It's pretty crazy. It would be hilarious if they had Ukrainian and not Russian, but they didn't have Ukrainian either. All right. Anyway, let's go through these. So the word dela, and the plural is dela, means business, and plural is businesses. But here I want to say that it's not a business in the sense that somebody starts a business like a company, but business in the sense of personal affairs, something that somebody does, that's something that somebody occupies their time with. And so when we say как дела, we're literally asking how are businesses, but again in the sense of how are your happenings, how are the things you do in your life. That's what we're asking, which into English translates as how are you, basically. Not a verbatim translation, but a natural translation. Очень, and that means very. Хорошо, good or well. I actually like well better because хорошо is actually an adverb. If we were to describe something, like, for example, a good car, car in Russian would be машина. I would not say хорошо машина. I would say хорошая машина. So our ending has to agree by gender. And in this case, хорошо is an adverb, which means well. Likewise, плохо, pronounced плохо, is bad, but again, it's an adverb. Нормально, you can probably figure out what that is. Нормально is also an adverb, which means normal, but it's as a natural translation, it basically means things are okay. Things are normal, okay, as they should be. Извините. Извините. I used that in class to mean excuse me. Извинить, the verb извинить means to excuse. And извините is the plural imperative form, meaning I am addressing someone either formally or a group of people, and I'm asking them to forgive. And the implication being that they are to forgive me. So there's no word me in извините, but we can infer that just by implication and the context. So basically, извините means excuse me. Звонок. Звонок. A ring or a phone call. Ресторан. Ресторан. I think everybody can figure out what that is. Мясо. Мясо. It means meat. Either chicken or either poultry or red meat, pork, whatever. Рыба. Рыба. That'd be fish. Вино. Вино. That would be wine. Пиво. Пиво. That would be beer. Vodka. Vodka. That's obviously vodka. Алкоголь. Алкоголь. Alcohol. Что еще? Что еще? And that means what else? We know that the word что means what, and еще, depending on the context, can mean more, can mean again. But when we say что еще, we're asking what more or what else. Что это за ресторан такой? Что это за ресторан такой? That's the full expression for the attitude of disappointment in something that we talked about in the last lesson. Много. Много. That's a lot. Мало. Mala. That's little or a little. Now, I want to say that oftentimes when we say mala in a sentence, it is implied that there should be more. So when we want to imply that there should be more, we should be saying mala. But when we just want to say that there wasn't a lot, but we're not implying that there should be more, it's usually better to say немного. So we're just negating the word много. So Julian in class had an example when he wanted to say that he drinks a little coffee, and I told him that it would be more natural to use the expression немного here than to say мало, because when you say мало, я пью мало кофе, implies that you wish you drank more. So there's a little detail there. Или. Или. Или means or. Soup. Soup. It's a soup. Блин. Блин is singular for pancake, but really I would say a crepe. In fact, let me type here. Why doesn't it type? What the? All right. Why aren't you typing? All right, anyway, technical difficulties. It's trying to connect. For some reason, it's not connecting. But the point is that блин is a singular for pancake or a crepe, and блины is plural for pancakes or crepes. Идти домой. To go home. Серьезно. Серьезно is an adverb for seriously. Английский. Английский. English. Русский. Русский. Russian. Немецкий. Немецкий. German. Сейчас. Сейчас. I already talked about pronunciation of this word and how it varies. It means now. Football. Football. Soccer. Slightly different pronunciation than in English. We say football, but in Russian they say football. The emphasis is on the second syllable. Узнать, which is very similar to the verb знать. Узнать, to find out. And сок. Сок, which means juice. All right, that concludes our list of verbs that appeared on the board from the second class.